discussion skills, techniques to have your say in academic discussion. This lesson is very much important to you because it will help you to feel more confident and become more professional. So in this lesson we're going to talk about the nature and types of academic discussion, and I'm going to give you polite ways to have your say in any academic setting. And then I'm going to deal with the 7 important group rules for any type of discussion. And finally, I'm going to give you 7 additional tips for making effective contributions in any kind of discussion. So let's get started. We start with the introduction part. There will be many situations when you need to say what you think. Some of these areas where you are expected to express your own views and opinions may include academic meetings, panel discussions, seminars, lecture rooms, research defense. All these need some good professional discussion skill. So when you have a discussion, always remember to take turns, be polite, and never interrupt other people. However, there are some phrases you can use to introduce what you want to say and comment on what another person has said or ask for someone's opinions. Let me give you a summary of some of these expressions before we proceed to the main lesson. So this is how you can do it. Firstly, asking for an opinion. So when you want to ask for an opinion, you can use these expressions or phrases. What do you think, Zainab? So you put names here, or you can put the name first and say, Zainab, what is your opinion? The other expressions you can use here are, do you think? What do you think about? What about? Let me give you an example here. Do you think Chinese neocolonialism on Africa will have a negative impact? What do you think about Chinese neocolonialism era on Africa? What about Chinese neocolonialism? So this is how you can ask for an opinion. When you want to introduce an opinion, that is your own opinion, you can use these phrases and expressions. I think the Chinese neocolonialism on Africa will have many negative impacts. For instance, you can say it, as I see it, what I think, in my opinion, my point is, well, you see, the thing is. So these are some of the expressions and phrases you can use. So when you want to respond to an opinion, you can use these expressions. So when you are agree or partially agree, you can use this expression. These are, that is an interesting idea. That's a good point. You're right there. I suppose you're right. I think that's right. The Chinese neocolonialism era on Africa will have many negative impacts. That sounds good. I agree. I'm not sure that would work. So starting from here until the end, you show disagreement with the idea raised. So you can use these expressions to do that. I'm not sure that would work. It's not that I completely disagree. So it's partial. I don't agree. I don't think so. I don't think the Chinese neocolonialism era will have an impact on Africa. I don't really think so. When you want to ask for a reason, you can use these expressions. What do you think that? Sorry. Why do you think that? Why not? Yes, but when you want to confirm an understanding, you can use these expressions again. You mean the Chinese neocolonialism will have an impact on Africa? Right, so you feel blah blah blah. So these are some of the examples I can give here. Now let's proceed to the the main section of the lesson. Here we are going to talk about polite ways to have your say. So sometimes a discussion can be going well, but still you may find it difficult to have your say. But there are polite ways to get your turn in any kind of discussion. Let's see them one by one. I'm going to give you 3 good ways to do that. First, you could clear your throat and tilt your head while trying to catch the speaker's eye. Or you can just do this one. You could lean forward looking intently at the speaker, because you have to recognize, or she recognize that you want to speak, and she or he may give you the chance. And again, you could move in your seat and raise your hand. Again, you can use interruption phrases such as the following for one. Excuse me, but I must say, forgive me, but I have to talk about blah blah blah. Sorry to interrupt, but you put your opinion there. Please, can I stop you there? You could also use these types of starter phrases to have your say. When you want to make a different point from what's raised by the speaker, you can use this expression. I accept that, but have you thought about? So you put your point there. When you disagree with the speaker's idea, you can use this expression. I'm sorry, but I can't agree because. So always you need to come up with a reason for your disagreement with tangible evidence. So you put it there. When you want to support the speaker's views, you can use this expression. I agree with you there, especially as I. So you put your point there. So the above techniques, I believe, will help you to have your say in any kind of discussion well, so practice them and use them. Now let's proceed to the second session, discussion group rules. So we are going to see here 7 important group rules for any type of discussion. In order to make an effective contribution to a group discussion, it is very much important to stick to agreed group rules in any kind of format. If the group has no set rules, suggesting that you agree on some could be your most effective contribution. However, the rules will vary according to the purpose and the nature of the group, but the following rules will usually apply. So I'm going to give you some rules that will help you to feel more professional and confident in any kind of group discussion. Let's see them one by one. First, have clear aims for the discussion and do not go off track. So just raise significant point that is directly related to the subject of discussion and never raise your personal issues. Do not create problems in this sort of discussion. Second, make notes of decisions made in the discussion because it will help you to start your talk with good evidence. Third, agree start and finish time for the whole discussion and for each part. So each person will have a time to speak as well as the whole discussion, how many minutes or hours it will go. First, let everybody have a turn to speak. So once you set your time frame, it's easy for everyone to give the chance, unless one person will talk the whole day and it's going to be a bad discussion. Don't make personal comments. Do not attack people. Just focus on the ideas, on the points, on the work. 6. Make all criticism constructive. And finally, don't take constructive criticism personally. So the rule of thumb is remember that the criticism is not about you as a person. It's just something you said or did. If you want to know how you can give constructive criticism, I have done a video on this part, so go back to my playlist for teachers, English for all subject teachers, and you can find it there. Now let's proceed to the third part, making effective contributions in discussions. So I'm going to give you here 7 tips for making good contributions in discussions. Let's start them one by one. First, make useful contributions and adapt your contribution to the audience, the context, the purpose, and the situation. As I've said, try to come up with significant ideas and the important pointers. Second, signal appropriately when you want to speak at an appropriate time. So don't interrupt at wrong time. Third, put forward a well-supported argument. That means your points has to be logical and smooth. Try to put yourself or try to swim in three oceans: the past, present, and the future. This will allow you to come up with a good supported argument. Research factual information to support your views and argument again. So you don't need to focus on rumors and intangible pointers, because people will judge you by that. Try to come up with factual information. And the fifth, use body language effectively during the delivery of key pointers. That is too much important, because 93% of communication happens through body language. So only 7% accounts for words you use when you are in communication. So try to use good body language as well as tonal quality or tone of voice, your voice. 6. Judge the body language of the person delivering the opposing argument, because it helps you to understand the point properly and understand the person well. Last, ensure the discussion is good natured and productive. You need to act as a professional speaker in discussions. Try to talk as if you are remembered for years, for a lifetime, by the members of the discussion, not just a single day. So once you have done that, it's going to be good. So this will take us to the end of our today's session. I hope you liked this video. Thank you very much. If you do have any questions, you can write it down under my comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Until I see you next Friday, bye for now. Bye bye.